Happy New Year, everyone. I'm back with you for my first video of 2019. Excuse me while I prop something up. Knock something off my desk. Goodness gracious. But anyway, my first video of the year will be a review of 2018, my 2018 in music. I made, next month will be my first year anniversary making videos for the vinyl/music community. I've mentioned that before. It's been a blast. It's been a blast getting to know people, getting the great VCLT I've gotten from people. I've not sent nearly as much VCLT as I got. Darcy, as you know, I just sent something your way. It's coming from the manufacturer or the place that's selling the CD. I'll let you know when it's shipped. And there are a few other people I want to get some VCLT out to when I have the means and the time to do it. But anyway, as I said, this video will be my year in music. I don't have it up with me to show, but I think I mentioned before about the first vinyl I bought just before I started making video. I bought the Escape album from Journey and Hurricanes Over the Edge. I just didn't bring them up with me, and I've shown them on other videos. But now, on to music that came out in the year 2018. And these will be all CDs I'll show you. I'm going to start by showing my most disappointing album of the year, and that is Disturbed's Evolution. Not that this is... Let's just put it this way, I've heard worse albums, but not the type of album you expect from a band called Disturbed, or the things that Disturbed has put out previously. This is too tame for me. The songs on here are pretty good, but it's just too tame for me. I don't expect, when I put in a album by a band called Disturbed, a song like Hold On to Memories is not what I expect to hear. So, I mean, there are some people I've seen that has put this on their top, but and that's fine, but for me it was a little disappointing. No offense to people that do like it, but we'll just agree to disagree on that one. Now I'll show you a few albums I've actually enjoyed this year. I tried to find 8, but couldn't find 8 that actually came out in 2018. But I'll start with Asukaru, House of Mirrors. Oz Peterson from the band. If you're watching this, shout out to you guys. And I'll say that this is probably my best discovery of the year. And I discovered this through the help of Vinylizer, because he is friends with Oz from the band, and John's done several videos on this band, and I've YouTubed some of the things, and I really enjoyed this album and things from past Asukaro releases that I've heard on YouTube. This is, like I said in the video where I talked about this album when I first got it, if this was out in the 80s, this would have been huge. My best discovery of the year and one of my most enjoyed albums of the year, Asukaro House of Mirrors. And this isn't in any orders at all. Because if it was, this would be the number one. Judas Priest, Firepower. In all my years of listening to music, I've never heard that, to my memory, I should say, I've never heard an album as highly praised as this. Especially this day and age, when people, tend to write bands like this off because of their age. And being totally honest, usually our favorite bands from back in the day, when they get a little older, their quality of their catalog seems to dwindle. But this, my gosh, this sounds like something they could have put out in their heyday. This is, I don't really need to go into great detail over it. This is a phenomenal album. This album, I don't remember being as blown away by an album in a long time as I was when I first heard this. This definitely right up there with the best that 2018 had to offer. For those of you that know my channel and have gotten to know me a little bit, you won't be surprised when you see this. Stryper's Goddamn Evil. Another album that Stryper's put up to kind of, where the title kind of riled up conservative Christians and everything, just like To Hell with the Devil back in the day. I honestly think this is a better album than To Hell with the Devil. Some people might call that blasphemy. But, yeah, I think this might be a little better. It's definitely heavier than To Hell with the Devil. Stryper's another one of those bands. Their last 3 releases are some of the heaviest releases they've done. And they've been around for almost 40 years. So that's on my list of albums I've enjoyed. This one would be would be high up if I did this in any sort of ranking. And as much as I like their previous release, this is a step up from their previous release. Breaking Benjamin, Ember. Dark Before Dawn was a good album, but this surpasses it. The heaviness, the emotion, everything in this album, I've enjoyed it from the word go. The Dark of You is one of the best ballads I've heard in a long time from any band. That song always gets me when I listen to it. This is so good I have it on both CD and vinyl, like Stryper. I have this on CD and vinyl too, and I was, after their last album, I was kind of on the fence about buying this, but I saw Peaches do a video when he first got this, and he gave it a recommendation, and I liked some of the singles I heard on YouTube, so I thought I'd give it a go. I'm glad I did. Attention, Attention by Shinedown. This is a great concept album. Reminds me of Skillet's concept Rise in a way, with some of the themes in this album. are similar to that Skillet album. Of all the Shinedown albums I've heard, this is one of their best. This next band seems to be a band that only I've talked about in this community. Unless somehow somebody's channel who's mentioned this band has slipped by me. Because I know, unfortunately, there are so many channels in this community that I've not yet had the time to watch. But I think Metal Mickey might have shown one of their albums before. But anyway, X or 10 by Nonpoint. This is their 10th album, so 10 is a great title. Still haven't decided which one I like better between this and their previous release, The Poison Red. This is the extended deluxe version with some bonus tracks that the vinyl doesn't have that I have downstairs. And I did a video opening that vinyl. So Nonpoint 10. The last album is by an artist who, even when he was in his previous band, I wasn't fond of the vocals, and so I really didn't give that band much of a. Well, I've heard a lot. I've heard their basic material, their well-known material. I'll put it that way. But the vocals didn't do anything for me. But now I saw a video of Darcy talking about this artist's project since he's moved on from the band he started in, talking about Udo Dirkschneider and the band UDO and their latest release, Steel Factory. I saw Darcy's retrospective on all the UDO albums, and I've been interested lately in acquiring as much as I can, bands from Germany to go along with my Scorpions and Phantom Fives and things of that nature. So after watching Darcy's video, I thought, I'll give it a go. I'll give it another shot. So I YouTubed a couple of the songs on this. Make the Move is my favorite off this album. Favorite track off this album. But I found myself liking this and not being as bothered by Udo's vocals as I was in the past. So Darcy, you can say you've got me interested in buying more of UDO's catalog and looking more into his era of Accept. So there it is, my 2018 in music. I hope every one of you had a happy and safe holiday season. I might be going digging, so within the next couple of days, you might see a video from me if I find anything on there if I go digging. And I think a friend of mine who doesn't make videos for YouTube, but I think he says he has a gift for me, and I'm pretty sure it's a record, so I might be showing a gift from a friend. if it's music related, I'll showcase that in a video. But anyway, I'm looking forward to 2019, what that holds for all of us music fans. And I hope it's a happy and blessed year for all of you. Until I speak to you again, enjoy the music.